Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who are tuning to these videos. In this video, it's going to be another MOTB update. And as you can see, we've been speaking about this for a while now, and Esau Edom is really implementing this device and making this more efficient so that he can start putting it onto the masses of the people. And starting from the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders on down, we've been speaking this message and warning our nation not to take this MOTB. We know that Yahweh Shai's sheep are going to hear his voice when we're out there on the highways and hedges, warning them from him about this device right here. Because, Esau Edom really is trying to implement this thing so that he can continue his rulership and push this MOTB so that with his NWO agenda, he's able to keep tabs on everybody. And the only people who aren't going to take this and come out of this alive is the elect, because they're reading the scriptures. They're hearing the song that the scriptures is actually speaking about. And this right here pertains to prophecy. And this is the testimony of Yahweh Shai, ultimately not to take this. And so I'm going to read from this article that was posted yesterday on January 30th, 2024, the hopeful year that Jacob's trouble comes to pass. And we can see that, why the apostles deemed it that year, because Esau Edom is really implementing this thing faster and faster. He's carried headlong with this agenda. Okay, so from this article it reads, Elon Musk says his ambitious plan to let humans wirelessly connect their brains with phones and other devices has taken a new step, announcing that the first human has received a brain implant from his Neuralink company. And it says the person who wasn't identified is recovering well. Musk said via X, formerly known as Twitter, initial results show promising neuron spike detection, he added, referring to the cellular activity between our brain and our nervous system. The news comes months after Neuralink began recruiting potential human test subjects for its clinical trials. The company got Food and Drug Administration approval for the trials back in last May, saying it wanted to enlist people ages 22 and above who are living with quadriplegia due to spinal cord injury or amyotrophic lateral scoliosis, the disease that robs people of the ability to control their bodies. And that's how he's going to push this narrative, that this is actually a very beneficial thing. Even if you don't have these ailments, you're going to be able to download things into your brain and all whatnot. Ultimately, you're going to need this device in order to function in the society that Esau is trying to establish. But the elect are going to not take this device, because we've heard this message and we're warning them from Yahweh Shai about this device. And we can read the scriptures and we can point out that Esau Edom in these last days is going to try to deceive the hopeful elect. If it were possible, he'd deceive the hopeful elect so that he could try to get everybody. But Yahweh Shai is going to return in the nick of time to deliver his elect, who are going to stand stiffly for his name. So I'm going to start at Revelation 13, and I'll start at verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And as we've spoken many times, that word mark in the Greek is charagma, which basically means an insertion. You go into when it goes into the Greek, this is what the palisade that's going to come inside of you, and it's going to have a grapho, written information, so that you're able to function in this society. And you can see all the devices, the technology, it's all there for Esau Edom to implement this. We just have to wait on prophecy for him to actually move and to make his move, pretty much. And in verse 17 it says, this is verse 16. So verse 16 says, he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And so with this specifically, this is the where it's speaking about the foreheads. But he has these devices where it's all going to link up with that Karagma device that we all know about, with the one that's the size of a grain of a rice. He's really selling this so that it's a good thing, so that he's able to perform miracles and make you, who used to be quadriplegic or blind, that you're able to see, but it's through the image of the beast, not through Yahweh Bashim Shai. So he's going to be performing these false miracles. And with that, a lot of people are actually going to follow unto that, thinking that this man is going to lead you to salvation. But with that comes a catch. In verse 17 it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So the catch is that this device that's able to supposedly make you be able to walk again, or see, or whatever it is, connect to your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, play music in your head. The catch is that it's all going to tie into this new world order that Esau is implementing, where everybody's going to have digital currency, and you're not going to be able to buy and sell like how we are doing right now. And the stage is set pretty much that Esau Edom is leading everything to this road. All roads lead to the MOTB, except the straight and narrow. The straight and narrow that the hopeful elect is walking does not lead to that. It leads to life and salvation, because we're not going to deal with Esau Edom in these last days, especially the fact that he's trying to do this blasphemous act of trying to defile our bodies. And this is a commandment in the scriptures that we're not supposed to take it. And if you read in Revelation 14, it speaks about those who take this. So in Revelation 14 and 9, it says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." So we don't want to be a part of that judgment, with that great lake of fire, which we know that's speaking about here in Babylon, which is known as America, when it gets hit by those thermonuclear missiles. We want to be a part of that wedding, the first who are delivered in the presence of the Lamb. So right here is where you're supposed to have that mindset, that you have to stay on that straight and narrow, and you don't want to fall to the broad path, which leadeth to destruction. Because the scriptures speak about how we're supposed to be equally yoked with believers, not with unbelievers. And if you don't believe that you want to be a part of this wedding, then we're supposed to kick you out. Like you read the parables of the weddings. Like we're supposed to be dressed a certain way. We have that RSVP, and people who sneak in some other way are going to get kicked out. This is an exclusive club, if you will, and it requires effort. Basically to keep your integrity and not take this charagma. And that mindset is, you find that amongst the brothers of Great Millstone, so long as we endure, because we're not carnally minded. If we're dead to this world, we live through Yahweh Shai, so how can Esau Edom try to convince us to take these MOTVs, just so that we can be able to buy and sell, where our lives are with Yahweh Shai? We don't fear Esau Edom, and ultimately we don't care about the ins and outs of this society. So this device, it's you can't really promote this to the elect, because our minds are already sealed to deny this device. And ultimately it goes into the scriptures, because it says to not be carnally minded. This is in Romans 8 and 6. "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High." Those people who are carnally minded, they're going to want to feed their carnal desires. And this thing right here is going to be the only way that you're going to be able to feed those carnal desires. And so in those days, during Jacob's trouble, we're going to really see who was really with the Most High and who wasn't, who was faking the funk pretty much. And so you read these scriptures because they were written aforetime to get your minds ready, stir your pure minds so that you can worship Yahweh Bashai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, with all integrity and righteousness. And you read these scriptures to strengthen you, because we're literally about to go into a spiritual warfare, and we're supposed to deny our carnal desires, even if it comes to when you're hungry for a few days and this is the only thing that you need to buy. That shouldn't be a thought process in your mind. You immediately tell Satan to get out of your mind if that were to be the case. Because this scripture right here should be popping up in your mind. If you were to come into that situation, Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And that's the destruction that we're going to be speaking about pertaining to this MOTV is spoken about in Revelation 14. And Hebrews 13 and 14, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. And that's why where two or three are gathered, there I am in the midst. Us here at Great Millstone are pretty much drawing that line in the sand, saying that we're not going to take this device, and we're equally yoked with believers, and we strengthen each other. We don't want to be with a person who's seeking a kingdom in this side. We're with brothers who seek a kingdom to come, so long as we endure through this Jacob's trouble that we're about to enter. And you have to understand what Yahweh Shai, was preaching, about these things, and the warnings. Warn them from me. This is Matthew 16:26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So these are the precepts that should be in your mind, especially when this is met with, when you're met with this. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, Shalom Akim.